I got love for the nannies, but real family is better. The cameras watch the kids, I stop taking the credit.
Things just went from messy to absolutely explosive in the world of Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. Because this time, it's not just about divorce drama. It's not about social media shade. It's not even about custody battles. This time, Kanye is making a claim so shocking, so disturbing, that it has people all over the internet frozen. He's accusing Kim of trying to pimp out their daughter, Northwest, for a $50 million deal. Yes, $50 million. And when those words hit social media, the reaction was instant. Some people called Kanye a liar. Others said he finally exposed what's been happening behind the scenes for years. But here's the twist. This didn't come out of nowhere. There have been warning signs, subtle moments, public arguments, songs, interviews, Instagram posts that didn't set right with fans.
No idea what's going on. It's like, I always have to do one of my daughter's hair and it has to be perfect and it has to be a certain way. And then this one needs me to put his shoes on, and they all need you. And it's like full crazy madness, cooking, running around, like it's wild. Sometimes they're fighting and there's no one there. Like it's me to play good cop and bad cop. So like that is definitely a challenge.
And now Kanye is claiming that everything he feared about fame, exploitation, and turning children into brands is happening right in front of our eyes. So what is really going on? Let's talk about it. To understand this explosion, you have to go back to the beginning, before the headlines, before the meltdowns, before the divorce papers. There was a time when Kanye and Kim looked untouchable, a power couple, fashion, music, reality TV royalty. Kanye wasn't just a rapper, he was a visionary. He built empires out of sneakers and sound. He turned controversy into currency. Kim, on the other hand, mastered fame in a completely different way. Through reality TV, branding, beauty, and social media, she built a billion-dollar image. Cameras followed her everywhere. Nothing was private. Every birthday, every vacation, every tear, documented. When North was born in 2013, the world treated it like a royal baby announcement. Paparazzi camped outside hospitals. Magazine covers were ready before she could even walk. And from the start, North wasn't just a child. She was a moment. Fashion Week appearances, front row seats next to global designers, TikTok videos with millions of views, red carpet glimpses. Some fans thought it was adorable, a stylish, confident little girl growing up in luxury.
It's important to also do mental health checks on your friends and your loved ones.
Of your kids, not your
But others quietly wondered, is this too much? Kanye began speaking about it publicly during their marriage. He said he didn't want his kids on social media. He didn't want them overexposed. He didn't want them growing up feeling like products. At first, people dismissed him. They said he was controlling, paranoid, jealous of Kim's spotlight. But now, with this $50 million accusation, people are replaying everything he ever said. Here's where things take a darker turn.
She'll go to her dad. She'll be like, Dad is the best. He has it all figured out. He doesn't have a nanny. He doesn't have a chef. He doesn't have security. He lives in an apartment. And she'll start crying. Why don't you have an apartment? I can't believe we don't have it.
Kanye recently went on a rant, and when Kanye rants, the world listens, even if it doesn't agree. He claimed that Kim and her team were negotiating a massive deal involving North, a brand partnership worth around $50 million, fashion, media, licensing, long-term contracts. According to him, it wasn't just a one-time appearance. It was a structured business arrangement that would tie North into corporate branding for years, and Kanye lost it. He said, "She's a child, not a product." But what nobody expected was the language he used. He didn't say overworking. He didn't say bad parenting. He said pimping out. That word changed everything, because suddenly this wasn't about two parents disagreeing. It sounded like an accusation of exploitation, and social media exploded. Some fans defended Kim immediately. They argued that celebrity kids doing campaigns is normal, that North enjoys fashion, that she loves performing and being creative. They pointed out that Kim herself grew up around fame and understands the industry. They said she's securing her daughter's future.
We make our own food. That's amazing that you make ramen, you know, like great.
But Kanye supporters, they said this proves his worst fears were right. They reminded everyone how he once blocked North from being on TikTok without his approval, how he complained about makeup, styling, and heavy glam at a young age. They said Kanye has always been screaming about this, and nobody listened. But here's the twist. Insiders claim the $50 million number may have included multiple projects, clothing lines, digital content, endorsements, not some secret underground deal. Still, the question remains, at what point does opportunity turn into pressure? At what point does exposure become exploitation? Let's talk about North, because lost in all this screaming between two billionaires is a child. North has grown up with cameras in her face since birth. She's confident, funny, creative, sometimes brutally honest. She's publicly called out her mom for using filters. She's interrupted live videos. She's shown personality that feels very much like her dad's fearless energy. But think about this. She's barely a teenager, and already corporations see her as a brand. Already headlines analyze her outfits. Already strangers debate which parent she should live with. When Kanye says he's trying to protect her, some people understand. They see a father who feels like he's losing control in a machine built on fame. But others question his delivery. They ask why he makes these accusations publicly instead of privately in court. And that's where things get complicated, because Kanye doesn't whisper. He broadcasts, he posts, he raps, he explodes. And sometimes that makes it hard to separate genuine concern from chaos. But what nobody expected was how deeply this accusation would cut into Kim's image.
Kim has spent years carefully shaping herself as a devoted mom, balancing law studies, businesses, filming, and parenting, showing school drop-offs, birthday parties, cooking moments. Now critics are asking, is North living a childhood or a content strategy? Is this empowerment or early commercialization? And that $50 million figure, it hangs in the air like smoke. Even if the deal was exaggerated, even if the number was inflated, why is a child's name attached to contracts that big in the first place? Behind the scenes, sources say the co-parenting relationship is more tense than ever. Communication reportedly happens through lawyers. Decisions are negotiated like corporate mergers. And you can feel it. The love story that once dominated magazine covers has turned into a public battlefield. Kanye insists he doesn't want North signed into anything long-term. He reportedly wants her to choose her path when she's older, without binding agreements made before she fully understands them. Kim's camp argues that opportunities don't wait, that in Hollywood, timing is everything, that building a brand early creates generational wealth. Two completely different philosophies. One built on controlled image and strategic growth, the other built on rebellion against the machine. And North is standing in the middle of it. The emotional weight of this situation is heavy. Imagine being North years from now, reading headlines that say your dad accused your mom of pimping you out. That's not light gossip, that's trauma-level language. This isn't just about money, it's about trust. When parents fight publicly, kids feel it, even if they're surrounded by mansions and private jets. And the internet doesn't forget. Every accusation is archived, every rant clipped, every reaction dissected. Kim's reputation as a mother is being questioned in ways that go beyond fashion choices. Kanye's mental health is being dragged into conversations again, with critics saying he's spiraling. Meanwhile, North keeps showing up online, smiling, dancing, creating, unaware of the storm forming around her name. But here's what really hits hard. Both parents claim they're protecting her. Both believe they're right. And when two powerful people refuse to back down, the damage can echo for years. So where does this leave us? Is Kanye exposing something dark, or is he exaggerating a business move into a scandal? Is Kim building her daughter's empire or pushing her too fast into a world that already chews up adults? The truth probably isn't as simple as either side wants it to be, because fame has always blurred lines. Hollywood doesn't see childhood the same way the rest of the world does. In that world, babies get Instagram handles before they can talk, toddlers have stylists, teenagers have brand managers. And maybe Kanye is terrified that North is becoming the next extension of a billion-dollar machine. Or maybe Kim truly believes she's giving her daughter power, freedom, and financial independence. But here's the part nobody can ignore. North is not just a storyline. She's a little girl growing up under the brightest spotlight on Earth. And every decision made today will shape the woman she becomes tomorrow. So when Kanye shouts about $50 million deals and exploitation, maybe underneath the chaos is a father scared of losing his daughter to an industry he both mastered and hates. And when Kim keeps building, filming, branding, maybe underneath it all is a mother trying to secure a future in the only way she knows how. But in the middle of power, pride, and public opinion, there's a child who deserves peace. And that's the part that makes this story heavier than just celebrity drama, because this isn't just about fame anymore. It's about what happens when childhood and billion-dollar branding collide. And something tells me this story is far from over.